One of the toughest things is when you've met someone great, you're dating, and it's mostly going good, but there are some flickers of what you think are red flags. Like your internal warning system is going off. Your intuition is pinging you going, this might actually be someone who hasn't done all the work. They might be an avoidant attachment style. Because know this, avoidant attachment comes across really great in the beginning. Like they get close to you, and then what happens is when things get too close, they pull away. And that can be one of the most painful experiences because we open up, we lean in, we get emotionally attached. And when that happens, they sense it. It's too much intimacy for the avoidant person, and they push away. What are the things that you can look for that can guide you to let you know and have confidence, you know what, the person I'm with has a healthy, secure attachment style, and I should progress forward. In preparing this content for you, I actually had a funny experience because the other night I was putting my son Bryson down to sleep, and he is 7 years old. He sleeps in the same room with his sisters, and I'm tucking Safina in, who's a year and a half older. Safina's like, Dad, hug me. I'm giving her hugs. We're saying our prayers. I'm putting her down. And then Bryson says, Dad, come, tuck me in. And so I go over to his bed and I lay down and I hug him. And right as I lay down and hug him, he loves to play and he loves to roughhouse. And so the way he does that though, is he like picks his hands and he pushes me away. And I'm like, dude, do you want me to hug you or not? And he's like, yeah. And he grabs my shirt and pulls me in. And then the moment I go in to hug, he pushes me away. And I'm like laughing because he does this like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, Bryson, if you want me to tuck you in, you have to let me in. Like you have to let me hug you, man. And as I was leaving his room, I thought, isn't that funny? That's exactly what the avoidant attachment style feels like. It feels like, come here, let me get close. And the moment you get close, they push you away. Now, Bryson is just being playful. That's how he likes to play and bond. And so hopefully we're helping him have a secure attachment style. But when you can notice these signs before you get fully emotionally invested in a relationship, it can really help you pick somebody that you ultimately want to be with. So I'm going to share with you 7 red flags that'll help you identify if the person you're seeing has avoidant attachment tendencies, and more importantly, a framework for how you can respond, what you can do to either have the relationship correct and anchor into more secure attachment, or for you to know, I should just let this go. And as we look at these 7 flags, it's important to know that some red flags are like exit only. If you see contempt, if you see cruelty, if you see manipulation, coercion, stalking, lying, things like that, or repeated boundary violations, that is a no room to correct this. That is just end it and move on. But the second guideline is also to know that we're human and people have off days. Not everybody comes from secure attachment 100% of the time. We all have triggers. We all have fears. And so one slow reply from him isn't a diagnosis. What you're looking for is a pattern. You're looking for his capacity to adjust if he is coming from a fear-based reaction or a trigger, how the two of you communicate when that happens. So let's take a look at these subtle patterns that tend to exist in the avoidant attachment style. The first one is finding a flaw. Nitpicking. If you notice that he's always constantly finding a flaw, what's wrong? Like things are good, but this is wrong and that's wrong and you're not enough. That is a pattern that, he's finding ways to distance himself. Remember, the avoidance lean in to feel close, but then they push you away if it feels too intimate. So here are some phrases or phrases like this that you want to watch out for. Your laugh is kind of a lot, or you're a bit high maintenance, aren't you? Or you're a little bit intense for me right now. Could you just dial it down? Or next time, could you not wear so much makeup? Notice this. He is trying to put you in a box, dial you down into something that's acceptable for him. But the key is, no matter what you change, you're never going to be acceptable to him, because this isn't about those things. It's about him pushing away too much intimacy. The second red flag you want to watch out for is comparing you to an ex. Because what this does is this is, again, a distancing technique where he might say something like, my ex and I never fought like this. Like things were always just kind of smooth and effortless. What is he doing? He's making you wrong in that moment. Or he might say something like, yeah, we had insane chemistry. Like I never felt that way with anyone else. Again, creating distance between you and him. You want to watch out for that pattern. The third red flag pattern is someone who just stays surface level, right? They never want things to go too deep. You try to bring up deep conversation, they're like, they just want it to be surface, and then they'll make you wrong for wanting to go deep. They'll say things like, whoa, talk therapy here, like, let's just keep things light. Or dismiss your feelings or thoughts by saying, you're overthinking, it's not that deep. Or can we just keep it fun? Or can we just keep it in the present moment? Those phrases come from somebody who doesn't want to get too emotionally intimate. The fourth pattern or red flag is very similar, and that is avoiding labels. So vulnerability is minimized, right? They're like, why label it? Let's just stay present. Right? We hear this one a lot. Like, let's just enjoy the moment. Let's not overanalyze what a good thing. Like, we don't want to mess up a good thing. Well, is they don't want that level of closeness, and they think what they've got is good enough. The fifth pattern you want to watch out for is creating space after intimacy. Because things have an opportunity, especially if you've been building that emotional intimacy, that after you have sex together, you have the opportunity to go really deep with one another. But this person doesn't want that. And so what they'll do is they'll cool things off by creating space. They'll let days go by without saying anything, without connecting, to keep it at a surface level connection. The sixth red flag you want to watch out for is only last minute plans. You know this person, right? They can never commit to something ahead of time, but they're always available last minute. Like they'll show up and say, hey, do we want to do this last minute or that last minute? And their excuse is, oh, I'm just spontaneous, or I'm really bad at calendarizing things. I'm really bad at thinking ahead. And while they're excusing that, you might say, well, that's fine for you, but ultimately what it reveals is a lack of ability to commit. And the seventh sign, and this is a big one, is the individual who dismisses your emotional bids. Like, you're trying to go deep emotionally. You're trying to open up and get vulnerable, and he'll call you too sensitive, or he'll make a joke out of it and laugh out of it. And what's fascinating about this is I've actually seen people go from avoidant and then do great work on themselves, do great healing on themselves, and be in different relationships where they're able to really go deep and bond. One particular friend, I remember there was this really beautiful moment that his wife was trying to have with him, and he just could not go there. And he had to joke and be funny and really kind of make light of the beautiful, intimate, emotional moment that she was trying to create. And now 15 years later, they divorced. He did some beautiful healing work, and I had the opportunity to witness him and his new wife together, and they were creating this beautiful sacred ceremony. And to witness him sit with her and be full presence with her and literally have tears in his eyes, and to receive that moment, I was like, wow, this is amazing growth in this individual. So you want to watch out for people who dismiss the emotional bids because it's too emotionally connected for them. So they make light of it or make fun of it. If you like cooking, it's kind of like, we want quality, slow cooked ribs, right? Not emotional Pop-Tarts toasted at midnight. So what do you do when you see these red flags pop up? Well, right now I'm going to give you a playbook, scripts that you can say in these moments, and what you're looking for is how he responds. And this playbook is an acronym titled SPACE, S-P-A-C-E. And what this does is this allows for the honoring of both the autonomy of the individuals, but the attachment style, the secure attachment style that you're looking to create. So the S in SPACE stands for self-soothe. Stop chasing. Your job is not to chase this individual as they pull away. And so self-soothing looks like breathing, pausing, no rapid fire text, no chasing this individual. And what you want to do is you want to shift the mindset to say, look, I am just seeing who this individual is in this moment. The P stands for propose a low pressure structure. And so what you're going to do is you're going to create a structure that you're going to invite this individual to step into with you. So for the person who doesn't like to plan things ahead of time, you can say, hey, I do great with weekly plans. Would you be willing to create a regular rhythm of connection for us? The A in SPACE means affirm autonomy. And what this means is you're not trying to control anyone. You're affirming his autonomy and your autonomy. And you can say things like, I like that we both have our own lives, and I also value steady communication. The C in space stands for clarify your standard. Make it really clear what your standard is in this relationship. So for example, if you notice he's pulling away after intimacy or pulling away after dates, you can say, hey, one of the needs that I have is warmth and connection, especially after intimacy, in order to feel close. If you need some space, that's okay, but just tell me when you're going to circle back so I know what to expect, and that would feel really good to me. And the E is most important. After you do this and you communicate what matters to you and what your needs are, E stands for evaluate capacity. In other words, nobody's perfect. We're all going to have moments of wobble where we might pull away or pull in, but does he have the capacity to lean back in? Does he adapt to the request or just maintain that avoidant style? Because here's the deal. We're not putting a saddle on a house cat. We're just asking that cat to text back and show up for the dinner it already agreed to. So when do you walk? When is enough enough? If you see no movement after 2 or 3 clear conversations, time to walk. If he shames you for sharing your needs, time to walk. If you consistently feel anxious in this relationship, that is a sign that it is not a good relationship. Time to walk. You can say, hey, I'm looking for steady communication and clear direction in a relationship, and this really hasn't felt that way. So I'm actually going to step back, but I'm really wishing you well. Because the bottom line is there is an amazing man who's done the work, who's got an open heart, who wants to lean in and create something extraordinary with you. So do not waste your time with guys who are giving you these red flags or guys who are avoidant. My question for you is, what are the avoidant kind of behaviors that you've seen the most in your dating process? Go ahead and post that in the comment section below. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Here's to your amazing love life, and I'll see you soon.